2025, Trump coming into office, XRP going up 500%. That was just the prequel, in my opinion, not financial advice. The movie hasn't even started. So if you're late to the theater, you still got time.
So what they're pushing for is to end currency as we know it. So if you look at programmable money, it's not a currency, it's a control system.
Somebody had the nerve to message me and ask me during the market dump that we just saw this week. This dump right here. It was not pretty. Did it feel good to get down to as low as $1, somewhere around $1.11? No, it didn't feel good. Of course it didn't. I'm a human being. I watched it, I looked at it, and I felt that turn in my stomach. But they had the nerve to ask me, are you letting go? Are you selling? Let me ask you guys something. Matter of fact, I'm not going to ask you guys anything. I'm going to show you something. Listen to this.
What happened was the central bankers met in August of 2019, as they do every summer under the auspices of the Kansas Fed, and reviewed a plan that had been prepared by a group of retired central bankers working through the Blackrock Investment Institute called the Going Direct Reset. But what you saw happen in the pandemic was you shut down Main Street and injected $5 trillion into the economy directly, so that many of the larger players. So part of shutting down Main Street was you said that essentially publicly traded stocks. Companies who had publicly traded stocks were considered essential. So they were allowed to stay open. Small business, small farms were shut down, which meant you could shift the market share out of the little guys very cheaply into the big guys. And the big guys had trillions of dollars to go shopping to pick up assets cheap. And that led to a tremendous consolidation within the economy. So we are in that reset, and that reset continues. And where they want to go is they want to go to an all digital financial system with programmable money. And programmable money can be a CBDC, which is issued by the central bank, but it can also be a stable coin, which is issued by essentially the banks who own the central bank. So what they're pushing for is to end currency as we know it. So if you look at programmable money, it's not a currency, it's a control system.
Very, very, very interesting things that we heard there. Don't you think? In 2019, they had a meeting. As a matter of fact, let me take you guys there, because I just did the little bit of research myself for us, and I'm going to show it to you guys. If you go on Blackrock's website and you type in Go Direct, look what pops up. Time for policy to go direct. Can you guys see that right here? So you click it, right? She said that this meeting took place in 2019. Why does it say 1969 here? I have no idea. We outlined the need for a decisive, preemptive, and coordinated policy response to the virus shock. Future evolution and global spread of the virus is highly uncertain. What we know is that the containment and social distancing are ultimately achieved by reducing economic activity. So they said we need to pause economic activity, just like what the lady just said, right? They paused economic activity, pumped in a whole bunch of money. A lot of that money went towards the bigger companies. And that's what basically, in my eyes, if you ask me, it's what enhanced, I should say, that thick line between the haves and the have-nots. And she ends it by saying they want to go digital. Now, who does that remind us of?
I think the movement towards tokenization, decimalization is necessary. We would do more democratization by reducing more fees if we had all investments on a tokenized platform, that you could move from a tokenized money market fund to equities and bonds and back and forth. We have one common blockchain. Yes, we have more dependencies on maybe one blockchain, which we could all talk about. But that being said, the activities are probably processed and more secure than ever.
So when you ask me, am I letting go of the assets that BlackRock CEO is saying they're going to use, the tools they're going to use, just because they're putting a little fear in us, a little clarity market structure fear in us? You think that's enough to scare me out of these assets, these digital tools that are going to be used possibly to try to control us. That's what they say, right? A lot of us believe it. I'm one of those people. You think I'm going to let those go that easily? Let's listen to the CEO of JP Morgan.
Smart contracts, I think, will probably be real. Blockchain is real. It's been around for quite a while, but now it's becoming more effective, more efficient, because people are finding ways to do it faster and cheaper, permissioned or not permissioned.
That's the CEO of one of the largest banks of the entire world, letting us know smart contracts are real. Blockchain is real. It's been around. You think I'm going to get shook out this market just because they're dangling Epstein files, just because they're dangling market structure bill and dragging it along like they are? I'm not. The more you understand what's happening, the less you start trading your way in and out. I mean, I don't trade these assets. I don't try to time these markets. I don't control when they start taking off. I don't control when they start dumping. If they dump, I just see it as being a lower hanging fruit. You can grab it easier and you better grab as much as you can. Because the moment it's time for them to turn on their surveillance system, and we're playing a game of musical chairs here, if you don't have a seat to sit on, if you aren't seated on one of these assets, if you're busy trading this asset, messing around with this asset that the largest funds, the largest banks are going to use to control people like me and you, you're going to be SOL, shit out of luck, when it's time for these assets to go, when it's time for their assets to be tokenized and moved around quickly. Some people are just really, I'm not sure, they're just not paying attention. It's kind of crazy to me. So no, I didn't sell any of my assets. If anything, I was trying to get my hands on some more, but it's hard to time, catch the knife. I'm not in that business of catching knives. I'm not good at that. I can admit it. Are we done going lower? I'm not sure. But you heard Jamie Dimon and you heard Larry Fink. They want to tokenize the assets. They're not sure which ledger they're going to choose to move it around. Based off what we talk about in this video, I think you guys can take a guess which ones I think they might use. The reason why people get emotional when the markets begin to move, what most people don't understand right now is most of the price movements that we've seen on most of these alternative coins, these altcoins, it's all just been speculative trading. None of these alts have been really, truly embedded in their use case. None of them. All we witnessed so far was just the Trump entering the market pump. That was it. That was 2025, Trump coming into office, XRP going up 500%. That was just the prequel, in my opinion, not financial advice. The movie hasn't even started. So if you're late to the theater, you still got time. So to the person that asked me, hey man, are you considering selling? The answer is no. No, I'm not. And I hope this video answered your question. If you like this style of content, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and turn that notification bell on, because I only come talk to you guys when I feel like I will provide value to you. If you have any questions or simply just want to share your opinions, drop them in the comment section. I love engaging with you guys. I love engaging with the haters too. Sometimes I get to learn from them. A lot of times it's what not to do. But for the most part, I'm really appreciating talking to you guys. It was nice talking to you guys this time around. I hope you got the diamond grip on these assets, on this extremely young asset class. And this is all I have for you guys for now. Until the next one, peace.